Hello and welcome to Refill Yoga. Today we're doing something special. This video is not just for yogis. This one's for you. This one's for everyone. This is the most essential technique that everyone needs to learn and understand. This is the #1 practice that will help to improve your overall health, improving your digestive system, lowering your heart rate, balancing your blood pressure, stabilizing your mind, lowering cortisol levels, lowering stress, improving your energy, and helping you to sleep better at night. This is the #1 thing that you need to know that no one ever taught you in school. So let me start with a question. Where do you get all of your energy? What gives you all your energy in the day? Just think about it. Often when I teach this class, people come and they say food. And some people say carbohydrates and some people say proteins, whatever. Some people are a little more creative and they say being in the nature. The last time I taught this class, I had one girl said being alone, spending time alone. And I had another girl say spending time with friends. So as you can see, there's different things that give us energy. Now let me ask you, how many times a day do you eat? 2, 3, 6, if you're a really snacky kind of person. How often do you spend alone? And how often do you spend with people? Now let me ask you this. How many times a day do you breathe? It becomes immediately obvious that the breath is where we get all of our energy. Now let me ask you another question. Who taught you how to breathe? When I first got into all this yoga stuff, I started reading, I started studying, I started getting really passionate about it. But at the same time, I started getting quite upset, quite frustrated with our education system. Because in school we're taught this and that and language and numbers and all this stuff, but nobody teaches us the essentials. Nobody teaches us how to walk, how to move our body. Nobody teaches us how to eat properly for our body type. Nobody teaches us how to talk, how to have a conversation with someone that's constructive for a relationship. And nobody teaches us how to breathe. Something we are doing nonstop every day, all day. They say that the breath tethers the soul to the body. For as soon as you stop breathing for more than a couple minutes, you're done. This life is finished. So it is essential that we learn how to breathe properly. And what I'm going to teach you today, the #1 thing you need to learn is breathe into your belly. Breathe into your belly. We call this abdominal breathing. Now there's 3 different areas we can breathe into. Abdominal is into the belly. Thoracic is into the chest. And we can even breathe higher into the clavicular lung. We call the collarbones. Breathe into your belly. Breathing into the belly is the most natural way to breathe. The animals do it. If you watch a baby breathing, they breathe into their belly. If you watch someone who's in deep sleep, their belly is moving up and down because they're extremely relaxed. Breathing into the belly is the most natural way to breathe. The only time we naturally breathe into the chest is when we're in danger, when our fight or flight system is activated, what we call the sympathetic nervous system. When we need to run for our lives or when we need to fight to get out of there. What this does is it increases the heart rate, it increases the blood pressure, it puts us in this state of high alertness so that we can run or we can fight. Now, unfortunately, as a result of our society, all of us men, we want to have a big chest, so we stand like this, we puff our chest out, we hold the belly in. Women want to have the little waist, so they hold the belly in and puff the chest out as well. And we restrict the flow of air into the belly and we breathe here. Now, unfortunately, on a subconscious level, this is telling you constantly that you are in danger. This is putting you in a state of fight or flight, activating the sympathetic nervous system, raising your blood pressure, producing cortisol, stress hormone, increasing nervousness, difficulty sleeping, difficulty relaxing, and wasting your energy. Also, if we're only breathing to here, we're only bringing in fresh oxygen to here. The lungs, they're not an open bag. It's not just an open balloon. It's a bunch of little pockets. So if we don't start to fill from the bottom, this gas does not exchange as easily as the top. So we want to breathe into the belly. We get complete gas exchange, which means we get more energy with each breath. Also, when we breathe into the belly, it's stimulating something called the vagus nerve. The vagus nerve is the most important nerve connected to the parasympathetic nervous system. This is the part of the brain that slows the heart rate, that regulates the blood pressure. It improves the digestion. It keeps the mind calm, keeps us focused, keeps us present, helps to stabilize our emotions. Also, as we breathe into the belly, you can see I'm doing it fast now, but it's creating a massaging effect to my internal organs. So it's improving the digestive system as it massages the stomach and the intestines. It's detoxifying the body as I'm massaging the liver and the kidneys. So in so many ways, just this one thing, breathe into the belly, is improving your health. Also, when we breathe into the belly, we breathe more fully. We take in more energy with each breath, which means we breathe slower. We breathe longer, we breathe deeper. All of these things have a very calming effect to the mind. They keep us calm, centered, focused, on top of our emotions. The Buddhists, the Hindus, all the spiritual systems from India, they say that the life is not measured in years or months or days. The life is measured in the number of breaths you take. And they realize this by looking at the animals. They see the animals that live the oldest, like the elephant and the turtle, 100 years or more. They breathe very slowly, 1 to 2 breaths per minute. Whereas the animals that breathe very fast, like the dog, the rabbit, they only live maybe 10 years, if they're lucky. So we want to breathe slow. We want to breathe deep. We want to bring in as much energy as we can while wasting as little energy as possible. And science backs this up. I study chemistry, so I always look at things from the scientific point of view. So I'm going to go into the chemical aspect of it. When we breathe, we take in oxygen, and it reacts with the carbohydrates in the body, and it releases water and carbon dioxide. We breathe in oxygen and we release CO2. It's the exact same reaction that happens when you have a fire. So essentially there's a fire going on inside of us at all times, and this is what's giving us this energy. The oxygen is stirring this fire. Also, oxygen is slowly killing us. Think about this. Oxygen is our fuel, but it's also slowly burning us alive. Okay? We need the oxygen to survive, but at the same time, oxygen is causing oxidation to the cells. And as we know, oxidation causes free radicals, causes cancer, abnormal growths, and diseases. For this reason, we take many vitamins that are antioxidants to prevent the oxidation of the cells. What we can do is we can lessen our oxygen intake by making our breath more efficient. So then we take in only as much fuel as we need and we don't burn ourselves out. Think of it like the candle. You got a candle. The candle that burns slow and steady will easily burn all night, very long time. Whereas if there's lots of wind and the candle flame is huge and whoosh, that candle will be done very fast. It's the exact same for you. So if you breathe slow, steady, deep, stimulating the vagus nerve, stimulating the parasympathetic nervous system, keeping yourself calm, keeping yourself relaxed, keeping yourself focused. It'll reduce your stress. It'll improve your digestion. It'll improve your cardiovascular health. It'll improve your overall experience of life, and your life will get longer. I really encourage you, if you only take one thing out of this entire channel, take this. Breathe into your belly. And stay tuned for my next video, because in the next video, this was the theory video. The next one, I'm going to go into the practice of how we can learn to breathe into the belly, because it took me a couple months to retrain my mind to do this kind of abdominal breathing. But you can start today. You can start right now. Or you can watch my next video and learn how. Namaste, guys.